to Oprah and far from the paparazzi.
Ooh.
But not too far.
The best thing is, no more...
What would you like to do?
Here is your chance at home to come up with a spitting image sketch. The only limit is your imagination.
Why me, Megs? You're a dead ringer for Michelle Obama.
When everyone sees how perfectly I channel her, they'll totally give me...
Oh, you are not going to believe this one. Meghan Markle, she completely lost it. And I don't mean just a little upset, I mean furious. A puppet show, yes, a puppet show, crossed a line that even the royals never thought possible. And this time, Meghan wasn't smiling, wasn't brushing it off, and definitely wasn't laughing. She demanded an apology over a 5-minute parody that ripped apart the image she's been desperately clinging to for years. What was meant to be cheeky royal satire, oh honey, it turned into a brutal takedown that stripped off the gloss and showed the Meghan Markle the world was never supposed to see. Her reaction? Let's just say the puppets weren't the only ones with their strings showings.
But there's one person who's not happy. This one. Do you recognize him?
So picture this, Spitting Image drops its parody of Meghan Markle. And trust me, it wasn't just another royal roast. No, this was a calculated, merciless assault on every nerve she thought she had hidden. The puppet Meghan, ruthless. They dragged everything from her desperate Hollywood dreams to her obsession with creating the perfect lifestyle brand. And get this, they had her pitching Meg Goop. That's right, her own Gwyneth Paltrow wannabe empire celebrating the Earth goddess in all of us. I mean, can you imagine? The shade was so sharp it could cut glass.
Studied show today as we're joined now by King Charles and Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
But it didn't stop there. Oh no, this parody didn't just tease, it dismantled. Piece by piece, they tore down the glossy, carefully curated persona Meghan has shoved in front of the cameras for years. They showed puppet Meghan sneaking into Michelle Obama's book party, acting like her royal status was the golden key to every exclusive door. And that's when the real sting hit. They weren't mocking random things, they were exposing her. Exposing her as someone who honestly believes the world should revolve around her celebrity. The Spitting Image team painted her as a fame-hungry, control-obsessed diva who simply cannot cope unless she's dead center in the spotlight. And the cruelest part, Meghan couldn't laugh it off, not even close.
Today, yes, they met, but King Charles gave Harry the cold.
And here's where it cut even deeper. It wasn't about making up lies, that's what made it so devastating. Every jab, every exaggerated moment, it all came from truth. They took what Meghan had already shown the world, turned the volume up a notch, and revealed just how ridiculous it all looked. The lifestyle brand obsession exposed, the I'm an empowered barrier breaker act torn apart. The way she positions herself as this global icon, more important than she actually is, they didn't invent it. They just held up a mirror. The puppet Meghan, drowning in essential oils and wellness products, desperate to recreate Gwyneth Paltrow's empire, only to come off as a cheap knockoff. Oh, it was brutal.
Windsor from Putin to Paddington via Silicon Valley. It's fearless, it's as disgusting as the real people, and it's as hard-hit.
Every single gesture, every staged line about empowerment and authenticity twisted into something fake. The puppet moved, the puppet spoke, and suddenly, Meghan's entire public act looked calculated, soulless, and hollow. But you want to know the real dagger? The sketch dove right into her love affair with celebrity culture. Puppet Meghan shamelessly name-dropped, climbed social ladders, and treated every event like a red carpet opportunity, right down to stealing Michelle Obama's invitation. That wasn't just comedy, that was exposure.
Champagne light, designer candles flickering on an untouched marble table, a chilled bottle glistening under a vintage champagne.
It wasn't about a stolen invitation, it was about the desperate need to be seen with people who actually matter. The parody nailed it. She wasn't using her royal connection to serve, to make a difference. No, she was milking it, squeezing it dry, just to climb higher in Hollywood's elite circles. This wasn't a funny skit. This was a takedown. Meghan's strong, independent woman act shattered, her image of resilience and empowerment exposed for what it really was. And when that mirror reflected back, Meghan wasn't laughing. She demanded an apology. Yes, over a puppet show. Because deep down, it struck right where it hurt.
Harry and Meghan torched what little was left of their relationship with the royal family and what little was left, frankly, of their own reputation.
And if you thought Meghan was the only target, oh no. Prince Harry got it just as bad. His puppet was not the dashing, adored royal everyone once admired. No, This Harry was a tragic clown, fumbling, awkward, desperate to cling to relevance as his royal status faded into dust. One cringeworthy sketch showed Puppet Harry actually begging a Hollywood director to cast Meghan in some irrelevant film. And yes, they based it on real life, that infamous red carpet moment when Harry literally pitched Meghan to Disney's CEO. Remember that? Oh, the parody turned that humiliation into comedy gold.
Aren't you generous, Harry? Okay, some questions. Did you receive a tax break? Was this paid?
The scene had Puppet Harry groveling like some out-of-work actor, completely oblivious to his own irrelevance, while Meghan called all the shots. It wasn't just a jab at his lack of career options, it was a mockery of the entire fantasy he's been clinging to since walking away from the royals.
Buckingham Palace has declined to comment on these claims so far, but this, of course, is the answer to the question that everyone has been asked.
And then came the whining. Puppet Harry moaning about being fifth in line to the throne like it's some terrible curse. Oh, the audacity. As if being born into unimaginable privilege was a burden. And here's the kicker. The puppet knew it was just a puppet, powerless, meaningless, and yet it mirrored real Harry perfectly. Stuck in a marriage where Meghan calls every single shot, from their press strategies to their next big Netflix deal.
The like. While Meghan has always been portrayed as a sophisticated and refined woman, this new information paints a—
Oh, and just when you thought it couldn't get any more humiliating, along comes Paddington Bear. Yes, Paddington. Puppet Harry sits down with him and recounts his organic, catastrophic phase. The audience roared because the joke was too real. It was mocking that rebel prince who thought he could play the outsider card, flirt with life beyond the crown, but still cling to every perk of being royal. And here's the brutal part. The parody didn't let him off the hook. They made it crystal clear. Harry's so-called struggles, all of his own making.
Harry flaunts his family wealth in a latest cringeworthy bid to overshadow—
Instead of being portrayed as someone using his platform to spark change, Puppet Harry came across as a man sulking, whining, demanding sympathy, acting like being a prince was a curse rather than the privilege billions would kill for. And the message was savage but honest. Harry's stuck in the past. He's clinging to the glory days while the world has moved on. The puppet showed him fumbling through every conversation, desperately trying to sound like he mattered, while everyone else saw right through it. It was painful because it wasn't far from reality. The parody nailed it. This wasn't a respected royal figure. It was a has-been, a man stripped of dignity, now nothing more than a laughingstock. And here's the saddest part. The real Harry doesn't look that different. Lost, aimless, always looking at Meghan for direction, pretending he's the one in control. If there was one thing the spitting image puppets got frighteningly accurate, it was the power dynamic. Meghan, she wasn't just a character, she was the mastermind, the one pulling every single string. Harry, just another puppet, literally and figuratively. The puppet Meghan was a cold, calculating queen bee, orchestrating everything, every strategy, every appearance, every step, while Puppet Harry reduced to a clueless tag-along. And doesn't that sound familiar? Meghan the boss, Harry the follower. The show painted Meghan as the woman who controls their empire from the shadows, while Harry's biggest contribution is nodding along in interviews. It's savage, yes, but the accuracy made it sting. One sketch twisted the knife even deeper. Puppet Meghan managed Harry like an intern, giving him little tasks, while she plotted their empire. He stumbled, she glided. He followed, she led. Oh, it was brutal. And then came the Netflix swan metaphor. Meghan's puppet explains her new show, about a beautiful young swan no one appreciates until season 2, when suddenly the world apologizes. The shade, unmatched. It was a perfect reflection of how Meghan sees herself, the misunderstood victim destined to be recognized as flawless once the haters finally wake up. And Harry's puppet, just nodding along like a lovesick puppy, buying every word. This wasn't exaggeration. It was a mirror of real life. In interviews, Meghan is always the one with grand plans, big speeches, dramatic lines. Harry just validates her. The parody simply put latex and strings to what we've all seen. The illusion of partnership exposed. Meghan the power player, Harry the passive sidekick dragged along for the ride. The sketch didn't just highlight their imbalance, it screamed it. Meghan holding all the cards, Harry shuffling behind her, and then came the kicker, the rebel act. Oh yes, Harry and Meghan as the big, brave royals who broke free from oppression. Please. Spitting image obliterated that fairy tale. They mocked their freedom fighters seeking privacy routine, calling out exactly what the world has been whispering. This rebellion wasn't about independence, it was a PR stunt. A brand, a money-making machine. Because let's face it, privacy? Please. Every move they've made since breaking free has been a media spectacle. Netflix deals, book contracts, podcasts. They haven't escaped the monarchy, they've monetized it. And the puppets called it exactly what it was, a publicity campaign disguised as a personal awakening. The parody even had Puppet Harry driving for Uber Eats, whining about rules while still craving the benefits. It captured that entitlement perfectly. Wanting the privileges, dodging the responsibilities. It was savage, it was hysterical, and it was true. The puppets peeled back the curtain on Meghan and Harry's so-called freedom and revealed the farce underneath. Rebels, number, opportunists. Their escape from royal life wasn't liberation. It was another performance, another hustle, another act in the endless play of please look at us, and oh, did the world laugh? But Meghan, she wasn't laughing, she was raging. Now here's the real jaw-dropper. Meghan demanding an apology over all this. Think about it. A confident person, they'd shrug, maybe laugh, move on, but Meghan, oh, she blew up. And that meltdown proved every single point the satirists were making. Behind the empowerment slogans, behind the perfectly staged interviews, behind all the media coaching, she cracked. And suddenly, everyone saw it. The real dagger wasn't the jokes, it was Meghan's reaction. By demanding an apology, by losing control over literal latex puppets, she showed everyone exactly how fragile her image really is. The Sussex brand, empowerment, authenticity, freedom, it all fell apart the moment the strings were pulled. And suddenly, the world saw them not as rebels or icons, but as two people trapped in their own contradictions. They traded the monarchy for a gilded cage of their own making, one built not on tradition, but on media contracts, staged interviews, and endless self-promotion. They wanted to escape the palace, but what they created was even worse, a prison of public opinion they can't survive without. And the puppets? They laid it bare for all of us to see, and that's why this parody went viral. Because it wasn't just funny, and it was true. It captured what people have been whispering for years, that Harry and Meghan aren't victims, aren't freedom fighters, aren't the heroes of their own narrative. They're just two people desperate to stay relevant, chasing the spotlight while pretending they want privacy, demanding respect while tearing down the very family that gave them their platform. And maybe, just maybe, Meghan's fury proves she knows it too. That deep down, she recognizes the puppets got it right. That the joke isn't the parody. The joke is the brand they've built, the contradictions they live by, the endless hunger for relevance that no amount of Netflix deals can ever satisfy. Because in the end, the puppet strings were visible on stage. But the real strings, the ones pulling Harry and Meghan's every move, are being tugged by their own desperation. And that, darling, is the most devastating truth of all.